Hey, what's up everybody? This is Tony with Khyber Customs. This video has been a long time coming. I'm really excited to get this video shot for y'all today. Today we're going to be talking about my 4 favorite weapon mounted light options for the AK-47, AKM. We're going to be talking about weapon lights that mount using MLOK if you're an MLOK fan. But what if you're like a traditionalist and you like keeping that factory wood furniture? We've got a couple light mounts that are actually work really well with some of y'all that really like keeping that kind of wood factory classic type look, and we're going to cover all of those today. There's another point here that I want to make. I think this is really important too, is all 4 of these light mounts, not only are they available at the Khyber Customs website, but they're all manufactured by our good friends CDM Gear, which is a Texas company. So this is a US made light mount option made right here in Texas. All right, so first up on the list has to be the BC series light mount. It's been our top seller for several years. It's certainly the most popular with our customers. I think probably the one feature about the BC light mounts that I like the most is for those of y'all that like keeping the factory furniture. For example, if you're a fan of like the wooden lower handguards, this is a great mount. Come on and zoom in, we'll take a closer look at this thing. So this right here is the BC-47. Essentially the way that it mounts is it will clamp to the barrel in between the gas block and the front handguard retainer. So on this particular rifle we have a couple inches of room here where we can mount it and adjust it where we want. It will mount any of your favorite 1-inch bodied weapon lights. So for example, this is the Surefire G2X. This is probably my favorite light for this type of application. Here's what's really cool about this particular light mount, and I'll show it to you. So if you look at it from the bottom here, can you see that? So you'll see here, this is how it mounts. But because of the design of this particular mount, you can actually flip it the other direction, and so you have an ambidextrous light mount without having to buy something different. You'll also notice that it clears the factory cleaning rod. These are made out of aluminum. They're very, very lightweight. They take about maybe 2 minutes to install. Pretty cool. Now, one of the things I think is important when you're considering a weapon light, and I'm going to show this to you on all 4 of the mounts, is the placement of the actual light relative to your support hand. So what I mean by that is if this is going to be a defensive rifle, and you're not going to be running any type of separate, pad to manipulate your light, if you're just going to be using the rear buttons, you want to have a light that's pretty easy to manipulate from your support hand. Like that. That is the BC-47. They also make a BC-70 mount that we sell, which is exactly identical to this. The only difference is that it's made for the thicker barrels. So if you've got the ZPAP M70, or if you've got like a Type 1, Type 2 AK-47 milled barrel, then you'll definitely want to have the BC-70 series. All right, so we're on to the next mount. So let's say that you enjoy having the flexibility of the 1-inch bodied weapon lights, but you're an MLOK guy, right? You like mounting your lights to MLOK. You're definitely gonna wanna check out the Scout CRR mount. Come on in, we'll take a look. So this right here is the Scout CRR mount, and what you'll see here is that it's basically a 2-piece mount. It's got the piece that mounts to your MLOK interface here on this lower handguard, as well as the upper piece, which allows you to mount a ring mount, or in this case a 1-inch bodied weapon light to the rings right here. Let's take a look at this from the side and from the bottom. So you can see right here that it's a nice low profile look. It's very lightweight. It's manufactured out of aluminum. Now these are not ambidextrous, so what that means is that there's a separate left side and right side mount. So in this particular case, we're showing you the left side. Going back to the point that I made on the BC-47 is placement of the actual light. So on this particular rifle, you can see here that the placement is really good as well. All right, up next, number 3. So what about for those of y'all that are into the MLOK interface, but you have a Scout style light that you like to run? If that's the case, you're going to want to check out the Scout C mount. So come on in and check this out. So you're going to see the Scout C mount looks almost identical to the previous one. The difference is this is just a 1-piece. So it mounts to the interface, and then your Scout light mounts directly to the top piece of the component. How's that look? let's talk about light placement. So again, it's important on a defensive rifle that if you're not running a separate pad for your light, that it's accessible or easy to reach with your thumb. This is the RS Regulate GKR10MS lower mount. So you see here, able to very easily reach my light with my support hand. All right, and number 4 on the list is the BCR mount. Now the BCR mount's really cool because it is also a barrel clamp style mount. This is more of like a General Accessory mount. However, we're using it to mount this really cool Streamlight Scout style mount. This is the Streamlight ProTac. See from the bottom. What I like about this particular mount is that it is ambidextrous, so you can purchase this and run it on the left or the right. It's also designed to clear the cleaning rod. One thing I also really like about what they did on this mount was Scott made them compatible with both AKM profile barrels and some of the Yugo Z-Pap AK-47 profile barrels. So you don't have to buy a separate mount for those two style rifles. You buy one mount and you can run on any one of those. Let's check out light placement here. So if we're running this on a defensive rifle, we want the light to be pretty closely accessible to the thumb so that we can manipulate without having to move our support hand too far. Really like this mount. I think this is very, very popular. All of these mounts are priced very affordably, under 50 bucks. All right, well, I hope that quick video was informative for y'all to check out what we consider to be the top 4 light mounts available at Khyber Customs for your AK-47 and AKM. If you're interested to know more, you can either leave us a comment on this video or go check out KhyberCustoms.com. The link will be down in the description. We generally keep these light mounts in stock all the time, and we look forward to earning your business, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you very much.